A Spurs team walking to the locker room earlier. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA. And This season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
And now the New York Knicks starters. OG Anunoby is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Gobert in at the center position. Now here's Towns. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. Towns, the pass to Gobert. From the arc. Rebound, San Antonio.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
And the second free throw, good. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard with the steal. And finished off by Leonard.
And Leonard makes it look easy. Incredible at getting inside and just finishing with physicality.
Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Pass to James. Fires from the wing. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Outside Leonard. Shoots over James. Misses off the right iron.
I like where he took that shot. The D was just too strong.
Giannis outside. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Knicks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Leonard. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits the three-point bomb.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. They're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Pass to Castle. Back to Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Shot from 12. And that one's good by LeBron.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard with the ball. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Good D by James.
You gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Davis looking for an opening. With the fadeaway. No good from LeBron. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. One of the best 3-and-D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Now here's Giannis. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Giannis' screen on Anunoby. Floats it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Towns. And here's Gobert. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points so far.
And he had a good look. And Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
LeBron outside. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Towns with the steal. 3-on-3. Here's Leonard. The Knicks rebound. Anunoby passes to Leonard. Another shot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. So the first quarter ends Clark tie game in a low-scoring affair so far. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got OG Anunoby. Towns is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Now Leonard. After LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great look, but off the mark.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Giannis against Gilgeous-Alexander. All sorts of time. It doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Lots of room. And that one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 2 now for the Knicks. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Now, here's Anunoby after LeBron James's miss. Up top, Leonard, defended by Wembanyama. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Free throw drops for Leonard.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Timeout.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Take a look now. Anthony Davis's numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in rebounding, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And as you said, a top 3 rebounder last season. He just seems to know how the shot's going to come off the rim, and he always hustles to get there.
LeBron won't hesitate if he finds a spot he likes behind the arc.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. For the 3. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Back to Davis. Pass to Wembanyama. He's looking for James and finds him. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. James against Anunoby. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Leonard. Clock at 6. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
James. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Back to LeBron. Wow, the athleticism of LeBron James.
Man, LeBron James, the king, can still fly.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Leonard, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. A shot missing.
Well, that's the look he wanted. but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And the rejection by Towns. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Spurs up 1. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second half?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for tuning.
Checking out New York. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, As we shift our focus now to the Spurs, it's a tight one after 2 quarters of play.
With how this offense has performed, they should be up even more.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at James, what a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Victor Wembanyama is out there with Castle. And there's Davis, and then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's James in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. The all-time leader in NBA wins, of course, the great Spurs coach, Greg Popovich. So here is a guy who's a peer. What makes him so special, Stan?
Well, first of all, Greg Popovich is not a peer of mine, Kevin. I would never be that presumptuous. This guy is an absolute icon in the coaching world. I think from the outside, I think what makes him so special is he's never looked at himself that way. He's never rested on his laurels. He's a guy that's always evolving and trying to get better.
I love that assessment, but I do think you're his peer.
Not in any way.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Here's LeBron after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. Second, the Knicks.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
And the Spurs with possession here, following the score by New York. Here's Giannis. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Leonard, beyond the arc. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. LeBron outside. Shot clock at 5. Out to the wing. Here's Giannis. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
You like to see Castle creating opportunities for his team.
New York trailing. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Leonard against James. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Back to Leonard. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Stats for James. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, he averaged 25 points per, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I love having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
Now, Leonard, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Back to Leonard. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Trains it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 6-point Knicks lead.
Well, defensively, they just look lost in the second half. They need to turn up their intensity and get back to the way they were defending in the first half.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 9. Here's Giannis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
And he makes the first.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. 26 seconds left to play here in the third. Giannis against Gilgeous-Alexander. Five to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for New York. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. Back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Towns. And it's the 4-man position. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for New York. They lead by 4. Shoots over James. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
James absorbing hits on the drive.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Leonard. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That ball. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Leonard's got assist number 8 now on the night. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Antetokounmpo passes to LeBron. A 3-pointer, no good. The Knicks leading by 4. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Anunoby outside. Pass to Towns. No good on the 3. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's James. Down low. Here's Davis. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Leonard against LeBron. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded closely.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Knicks.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
The first free throw is good.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the basket by Giannis. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. New York, no good that time either. Spurs trail by 4. By